What's up guys, my name's Mouse, and I figured it's been about 5 minutes since I've done my last Metal Gear Solid Emblem, so we'll do another one. So I'm going to do Raiden today, and this is one that I've sort of done, but I think I'm going to change it halfway through, so I'm going to do a little live commentary for it. So, okay, let's get snappy, because I know part of this. So I'm going to go do his head there, I'm going to whip that round there. I'm going to try and speed through as much of this beginning part as possible. So for his head we're going to just put a little bit of an oval because we're going to be putting loads of stuff on it, and I'm going to move it to layer 4 for reasons that I might put some hair on it. And I'm going to come down here to get this light sort of skin tone colour, and fuck it, we'll do the hair right now. We're only going to put a little bit of background hair in here because we'll do overlays of like the proper hair a little bit later. And maybe something a bit like that, and this. When I'm making an emblem I try not to be too accurate, especially with rough stuff like this. And this looks a bit like the guy from Back to the Future at the minute. Marty, you've killed your parents! I actually don't know the fucking quotes, but okay, so that's going to be the basis of Raiden, and let's make the eye first, because we can focus on all the electronics and all the sort of stuff after that. So grab a circle and make a sort of oval with it, and we'll back here. See, this is where you want to get. Hang on, I'm just going to pull up an image, and I might actually overlay this image to the side. Editing Rob, please make sure you actually do that, so I'm not talking absolute rubbish. Okay, nice. Okay, so I have an image of Raiden here, and this is what I'll be using as a sort of basis for the art. However, I'm going to incorporate more of sort of the MGS4 aspects. So we got the eye here, and there was actually speculation on this image that it was actually Sunny, not Raiden. The main sort of reason being it is because in MGS4, Raiden has blue eyes, I believe, and Sunny has brown eyes, so I don't know what that's all about, but it's worth noting, I think. So as you can see, we're just putting little circles in here and a little one over there. I'm going to put a little shine in the eye. Make that a little bit of an oval so it stands out a little bit. And over there. Alright, that looks quite good. Okay, cool. Now we want to grab the sort of holy circle thing, circle 2, and we want to sort of mimic the shape that we made there. So I'm just going to turn it black just so I can see the actual shape. And this is going to overlay everything here. Yeah, a bit like that. I'll make that a little bit bigger, because what we're going to do is we're going to put another one of these in here, put it behind there, because Raiden's got quite like some thick eyeliner on, no surprise there. And I'm going to drop this down a little bit too, so I just get a little bit more white. Oh fuck my days. Yeah, just so I have a little bit more white on the underside of the eye. Sort of, actually, if I move it this way as well, because you want that intensity in there. Alright, that looks alright to me. And I'm going to put a little bit of shadow and shine underneath the eye as well, because he's got thick mascara on. Oh, Raiden, you do make me laugh. Around 35%. Let's stretch this out a little bit and shrink it down. Okay. Right, sweet. That'll do for the eye for the moment. That took up 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. Okay. I should really do the sort of nose next, because once I get the sort of the dimensions of the face down, then I can work everything through. I like this sort of shape to do nostrils and stuff, because I'm just think it looks good. Like, you get the deep sort of bit there, and if I drop the opacity. By the way, I realise I can't say that word for toffees, but don't hate me for it. I will be saying it a lot throughout Emblem, so you're going to have to deal with that, I'm afraid. And he's got quite a little thin nose, really. So, yeah, let's do something along the lines of this. And I'll drop that down even further, 60%. Shall I have that thickened bit up the top of there? I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit further as well and make it smaller. Okay. And for the mouth, obviously we got to do a little bit of a robot job on that. So there, I might put a little bit of a shine on his nose as well. Actually, I might remove this layer a little bit later on, but I'll leave it there for the moment. I'll just drop it down 10%. It's white, so it's going to be a little bit. I don't really think this is doing too much. This will probably be removed in a little bit, but at least we've got some shine on there to now. To be honest, it just go 100%. You can't barely see it as it is on that sort of colour. Yeah, alright, that's good to me. I'm gonna do his robot mouth before I actually do the lips and stuff, so one of the things I was using before just to make this is I had this little layer, and I want to do something like that, maybe make it grey so I can actually see what I'm doing. Remember, there will be like hair covering up all this sort of stuff as well. Oh yeah, see, that looks quite good to me. If I switch this around a little bit like so. And what I'll do is I'll put in another layer, make it this dark grey. And I'll just enlarge that a little bit and put it up there, just so it's got some shadow going over the face. We'll embellish this, once we get the basic shape down, we'll embellish this with some stuff as well. I might actually make this just one tone lighter on the grey side. My voice just broke there. Don't tell anyone. Okay, and now we want to do the bottom of the mouth. So really I'd like to use this sort of shape, but I couldn't use this before because it just didn't work. Maybe if I stretch it out and I enlarge. Nah, see, it hasn't got much of a curve to it. Let's have a little gander. Yeah, see, a lot of people didn't like Raiden in the old MGS2, but I did like it. The thing about it is that when you play games like this, you never really get to see how the character is, if you know what I mean. Like, take Master Chief, for instance. You've only ever played as Master Chief, so, like, you don't know what, like, how does he fight? How does he do stuff? Like, we know this character, but in a way we've never really met him, because, you know, he's never been anything other than your interpretation of how he is. So I liked the fact that we got an opportunity to see how Snake is. Not your interpretation of Snake, like just how he is. You know, we see him like crawling around in his box and we're like, oh, Snake, you know. And then later on at the end of the game, you know, you get to fight alongside him. And, you know, you've never really had that in any other game or any other hero, sort of. Or at least in my experience, you haven't. So it was a really nice sort of thing they included. I think anyway. A lot of people didn't like it, and you know, playing as Raiden, you know, you want to play as Snake, obviously, because Snake's awesome. But you know, it was quite cool, like the way they did it. I thought, anyway. So, Aside from that, I'm continuing to do the mouth, and I'm going to use a love heart for some lips. And all you really got to do, these make the greatest lips, just because you just got to pull them out like that, and make them some sort of deep colour like that. Raiden's got quite a bland sort of colour palette, obviously because of his whole body makeup and that. It's really sort of, well, you know, is really white colours, pale complexion and that sort of thing. And that hair will get definitely redone in a second, but I just want to do all this first. It's a bit hard for me to do everything. Maybe that nose needs to be a little bit longer. I feel like the shape's off with his face at the moment, so let me just take a moment just to remake this sort of nose bit. Hopefully this is all looking alright. Right, I'll hold on that for the moment. I want to see what it's like when I put some hair on it, and then I might come just to reshape the face. Like, all in all, this is something you guys can do as well. Just make sure you get it down perfect. Obviously, this is just a guide on how to make it, really. I want to put some more little robot-y bits in here on this bottom section. So let's take one of these and embellish this bottom bit a little bit. Maybe somewhere like this. What happens if I have it really disjointed and stuck out like that? Sorry, I've got a song in my head for no good reason, but yeah. Well, actually there is a good reason. I'm trying my hardest not to sing this song because I know that I will. That looks quite alright to me. That nose is really fucking alright. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to do the hair because I really can't focus before I get this done. Okay, so I'm going to take this layer here and I'm going to whack this quite big like over here. Something along these lines here. You can see there's no real science to this. Like, actually, let's take this other one because it's a straight line. I can. There's more sort of shape to this one over here. Where is it? This one. Yeah, something along these little lines here. Actually, I might take away this bottom one over here as well and reshape it so it's this shape as well. I think that will look quite good. This bottom one, I forgot I had a layer down here as well. So yeah, all I'm doing here is I'm taking this layer and... oh, fuck off, no one else, you. Okay. And then I'm just shifting it up so it's sort of elongated and then just enlarging it. So we end up with something like this. Now actually looks a lot better. Yeah. Well done, Rob. Have a cookie. Okay. And we'll lay that somewhere like there. Then what we're going to do as well is we're going to take this shape and we're going to elongate this a little bit as well. And maybe, yeah, just elongate it so it's a bit like a rectangle. And I want to use this side actually. Yeah, sorry, I've elongated it even longer. I know it's a bit hard to see. And we'll drag this down just a little bit more. Let's put some more in there. Then what I think we'll do as well is we'll grab another one of these and we'll make it to a pale grey, just so there's more sort of detail in the hair. What I suppose you could do is take... fuck it, let's try this. Alright. Let's take this layer as well, we'll make a duplicate of it, and... oh god. Ow, wait, what am I doing? Shit, I've just moved everything around. Okay, you stay there, you come here, and you turn grey. Ah, actually, yeah, this is a much better idea. Okay, we're going to take this layer here. We're going to make it this light grey. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use... we got this layer which is doing its job over here. And then we're going to use this layer here, which is we're going to turn that a white, and we're going to re-embellish this so there's sort of take away the sort of solid colour. I think that will look a lot better. Yeah, alright, that's passable for me. So now what have we got to play with? We got 6 layers because we've got one down the bottom, but I think I might... do you know what? I've touched something over here as well, ain't I? Okay, cool. I might leave this as like a well, I'll put this as a blood splatter in the background just so we can see. I'll be using Stick Around. This is for getting a combat axe kill whilst using your ballistic knife. And sorry, some guy just joined my lobby and ran off. Inconsiderate bastards, I'm making emblems. Yeah, we'll make a little blood splatter behind him here. And why is... oh right, yeah, my bad. Okay, that'll be something. If you do have... obviously I don't have it, but... oh wait. If you do have... oh shit, actually, maybe we'll use this one. This one was quite funky, I didn't realise I had this. Yeah, look at that, that's much better. Sorry, what is this one for? This is for getting a ruthless 15 kills in team deathmatch without dying. Obviously use the other one if you haven't got this one and you're desperate. Okay, so we got a few little layers left here, and what I want to do with this is just add a little bit of shading and embellishment to the robotic parts. So I want to use this shape over here, and I want to place it on the chin section around here. And I'm going to go up into the actual face bit there as well. Make it a black and drop the opacity down. I actually said it correctly then, I believe. Excuse my body making noises. I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit so I get more on the underside of the chin as well. And cool. Then also, I haven't given him any eyebrows either actually. I'll use a layer on that. So stretch that out really thin for eyebrows, and he's got sort of browny ones. So yeah. And the more sort of angular they are, obviously, the more sort of intense he looks. Sweet. That nose is so bad. I'm sorry about that. Maybe if I put an under shadow under the bottom of it, maybe that will make it look a wee bit better. What would I use for an under shadow? nose. It's a really weird sort of shape, so... maybe this? Drop this down. Stretch it out a little bit. Grab the nostril and put it down a little bit. If I raise it up to 90%, then that shadow will counteract that. A bit better, not great. Let me do one more little shadow. I'm wasting a lot of layers of trying to get this bit to look right, but yeah, it's worth it, I think. Just I don't want it to look I don't want it to be spoilt just because there's a little section that's doing my head in. Or maybe I'm just being a bit of a perfectionist on these things, but I'd rather make it good, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean. Something like that. Oh, fuck, I just got one layer to do an embellishment on the thingy. What is this? This looks quite cool. Bleeps and bloops. 2 seconds, let me just have a little look up here. My old bullet point marks from my Evan Arcade series. Actually, do you know what? If I grab one of these, now I switch it to outline, and then place it somewhere like that. Nah. What? Sorry, let me find something else. Maybe I could put some shine on it. Maybe that would be better, actually. Right, how about this? So I'm going to put a little bit of white on here. No, here. No. Okay, I'll whack it here. And I'll drop this down. 70%? 60%. Alright, sweet, and that's how I'm going to leave it. This is Raiden, robotic face. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Especially with the whole Amsterdam thing, like, I live in Kent, like the south part of England, and I think, like, I got a real, like, awakening of how pretty awesome it is to live in